something for all of us that gets a little interesting, right? When you start dealing with larger companies and you start dealing with larger contracts, sometimes the leads get more difficult to source. Like you're completely relying on referrals, almost. At least that seems to be your real source. So what do you do about that? Because it's not necessarily in your control, right? So trying to talk about ways that we can further, I don't know, take a little power back in those areas.
Excellent. All right, and let's see here. Let's hear from Winona and John Paulson. Is there any John, who would like to speak there from your group? Who do you nominate, John?
Let's see. Well, no, I'll just do it. That's fine. I had to tap out for a little bit, so I'll just go over. The main things that came up in our topic was finding qualified prospects or leads, not just somebody who wanted you on an emergency basis, but somebody who wanted you for repeat business and things of that nature. And that's where we started the conversation, and we ended with the conversation talking about Lou's particular interest, and that was we came up that if you want to get some clients and you and your product is something that is best explained face to face or one-on-one, consider partnering with 2 or 3 other people to create a webinar that you can get together with each of you taking a segment that all has to do with a main topic. In this case, the topic was Lou has a great lighting service that automatically kills viruses that you're underneath, so your workplaces and homes are safer, but it's very technical. But if you had a seminar that focused on how to create a safe work environment or a safe home environment, and you partnered with perhaps an HVAC person that handles air circulation, and then a cleaning company that will come in and clean that, you could have a really good webinar. And then you'd be bringing in people, and then your other partners would be bringing in people, so you have a larger pool. And then if you're really smart, and this was Tamiza's point, is if you set it up, you control the admin list, and so you have all the contact information.
I agreed.
Which I'm sure Brian is very, very familiar with.
I was gonna say, that sounds similar. I feel like the co-sponsor ideas.
So that's what we talked about.
Yeah, Lou, I would definitely recommend, especially if you can find power partners that you have a similar customer base, and I recommend this with any business model. I'm a firm believer in the power partner model that we are. Even if you're in very similar industries, it's oftentimes that you do very different styles or work with very different styles of customer. And so coming together and presenting your perspective and perhaps a similar business model, but different perspective of customer base could, though, bring together potential opportunities in a way that you might not have conceived otherwise.
Yeah, and this would also work. Aditi was considering the same type of thing, and she figured out that this could possibly work with her as well and her products.
Agreed.
And then it's also very similar to something Aaron and I did recently. We started a marketers hangout. We don't have a name yet. That where we're getting together a bunch of marketers and local. What?
Yes, we do.
It's marketers hangout because what do you say? Because marketers who drink.
Marketing people who drink together.
Yeah, to drink together, and it was network bullshit. Learn a thing or two.
That came straight from John.
That came from me. Yeah.
Because happy hour sounds too classy.
That's right. That's what it was. And so
an alcohol.
Yeah, and it's just a way kind of like this, but a little bit more specific. Where in this instance we are getting together, getting to know each other's skill sets, so that when something comes up with one of our clients that we can't handle, we can flip it to somebody else. And that's exactly what happened to me this week. Something came up, it was outside my skill set. I called another person, they couldn't do it. I called Erin, she connected me with Lisa Bullheis, who was gonna be my third call anyways. She knocked it out of the park for me, got everything back to the client, made deadline, happy all the way around.
Awesome. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Well, let's hear from our one of our newbies in the group that I was in, Diana. What was the top takeaway that you had?
top takeaway, definitely recycling content. I think that's going to be key. We can create something and really spin it, use it, on our website, on social media, really taking advantage of the knowledge that we already have, things that we know that come, natural to us, or just the industries that we're in, and finding a way to just share that content with others is going to be really useful. I mean, we're connecting, we're really sharing with one another now, but there's so many people out there that we could be helping, and just finding those opportunities. And someone might know someone, which is, the beauty about networking. But I think that being able to work smarter, not harder, is definitely going to be a huge takeaway for me, at least, in, how I use my website and just other, online platforms.
Yeah, I said something to Diana that I think it's like 2.5% of your audience sees your posts. So simply put, they probably will, you could post the same thing up and that other next 2.5% may see it. And I mean, sure, there's a chance that one person sees the same thing twice, but they're not going to remember it. We see so much content over and over again, and it might catch their eye that didn't catch their eye the last time because you had a different way of framing it, a different way of a different portion of the video that you showed. In the case of Diana, she has a 15-minute video that is, if she cut up a minute of it, a minute from the beginning, a minute from the middle, and a minute from the end, she could use that for 3 to 4 different posts, 300 to 400 different times. So awesome. Well, hey, thank you all so much for joining. Let me wrap up here real quick. I know it's almost 6 o'clock, so I'm going to wrap up real quick. Join us weekly. So we host these every Thursday at 4:30, and we want to see you back, but we love for you to help us spread the word. So come on back and bring 1 or 7 people with you. Go ahead. We send you an email every week. In fact, I believe that's how Diana actually received our email, through Mary, who forwarded along one of our most recent emails. And so when you receive our emails, please forward those to anyone that you think would be interested in joining us. And just so you know, we're a connector, but we also have some tools. In fact, in one of these, we're going to be posting up here soon, but Hotjar is something we'll be adding here soon. And we talked about it in our group, but we have several other free and premium or freemium tools that are available. If you go to locallinks.online/business-tools, you can find that. And those are all services that we've either recommended because we use them, or were recommended by people that we trust, and are recommending it to you because we feel that you could benefit from them. And then lastly, if you ever need to reach out to us, you can go to my@locallinks.online. Or you can email us at my@locallinks.online, and that's a way to directly connect to our team, and someone will always get back to you, either myself or Matt or another member of our team. And then lastly, Sarah posted in the chat, and if you could post it again real quick, Sarah Beth, that we are accepting tips. This is free every week, and we appreciate you guys joining us. But to help us keep things going, we'd love tips. So feel free, if you got a little extra money in the coffers, to send us even $5, $1, or $20, whatever you feel like, whatever you have. But we love to accept your tips just as any other bartender would. And just go ahead and go to thank you for joining, locallinks.online, thank-you-for-joining. And that would be where you can leave us a tip. So we look forward to seeing you all. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope you had a great time. And we'll see you all next week at 4:30 on Thursdays, and have a wonderful day. Be safe out there.